Hey everyone, once again welcome back to my YouTube channel. Well, I had uploaded recently one video. It was based on how to solve multiple choice question exam, and a lot of students they had requested me, sir, why don't you make one video on how to appear for Viva exam. Well, so I'm going to talk today on how to appear for Viva exam and how should you prepare, which are the typically asked questions, and how you can score maximum marks in Viva exam. Well, this video will be divided into two parts. Number one, I'll be talking before the Viva, what you should do before the Viva, and the second part I'll be talking about what you need to do during the Viva. So yes, don't forget to watch the video till the end because I'm going to share some tips in between the videos. Yeah, so let's talk about preparation for the Viva. See, Viva exam is a kind of exam wherein the questions are asked to the students and students are expected to give the answers. The way we have written exams, the only difference is that here in Viva, the question and answer happens in between the student and the teacher. But in theory exams, the student is supposed to, write the answer for the given questions. Well, so what you need to do before the Viva is only one thing. You need to have the clear understanding of your project. So what is the understanding and how you to prepare? Let me give you some tips for it. Like, let's say for example, if you have prepared a report on impact of marketing strategy on consumer perception, or maybe impact of YouTube reviews on the customer buying process. So here you need to understand the basic terms which you have mentioned in your report, like what is marketing, what is its impact, how YouTube reviews are used. Also, at the same time, you need to know the statistical information about the topic, about the current affairs, about the different terminologies which you must have mentioned in the topic. Okay, second thing that is really very important is during the Viva. Well, so I had talked about how you can prepare about your Viva and the project, but the thing comes when it comes to give the answers to the examiner. Generally, in the examination, there are two examiners which are present. One is the internal faculty who had guided you during the entire process of project making, and the second one is a external examiner. So let me tell you the kind of examiners which generally invited. There is one kind of examiner who is very strict. He expects all sorts of answers from the candidate. Second type of examiner are generally lenient. They'll crack joke in between, they'll make you comfortable, and then they'll ask you the question. And third type of the examiners are generally, they'll quickly ask you certain questions and you're supposed to give them the answers. Yes, but in this entire process, the evaluation of the student is the fundamental part. Okay, let me give you an example here. The way you present your project to the examiner, your questions arises from it. Like, let's take the previous example, impact of YouTube reviews on customer buying process. So here there would be a question on what is customer, what is consumer, what is advertising, how advertising is different from a YouTube advertisement or TV advertisement, or maybe newspaper advertisement, or maybe what is digital marketing. So all those similar terminologies probably would be asked by the teacher. So generally the questions are based on what you have prepared, what you have written in your report. Fine. Let me give you another point here to be remembered by the students. Number two, whenever there are questions asked to you, I'll recommend that you need to give some answers to it. Like, let's say for example, again, let's say what is the impact of probably digital marketing on the sales of a company, right? So here at least you need to give some answer so that the examiner would get a feel that you have prepared something. Many times it happens when there are multiple questions which are asked to the students, and if the student is not able to respond to the questions being asked by the examiner, in those situations generally the simple questions are asked to the student. Like, let's say for example, if 5 questions are asked to you, and if you have not given the answer to the single question, then probably there would be a question from the examiner's end that, okay, tell me what you have prepared. in that case, at least you should be able to speak for a couple of minutes, so that you'd be able to, score the marks. At least you'll be graded by the, examiners. Many time it happens, like the Viva exam happens in group, probably a group of 3 to 4 students, and many time it happens that individual Viva may take place. But whenever I have taken the Viva exam, we generally call individual student and evaluate the report and ask the question, and students are graded on the basis of that. Fine, but when the Viva happens in the group of maybe 3 or 4, it is a golden opportunity for you. Let me tell you how. If there are 4 students who are called together for a Viva, so there are student 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the questions are asked to the student number 1. Like, let's say for example, can you please tell me what is the impact of GST on sales of the company, right? And if the student number 1 is not able to answer that question, then the same question is passed to the student number 2. If student number 2 doesn't respond to the question, then to the student 3 and student number 4. Likewise, the question goes to the next student. But generally what happens, let's say the same question is asked to student number 1, and if your number is probably 3 or 4, so you can politely raise the hand and say, sir, can I answer to this question? So what happens generally in that situation, you get the credit points, so you get the bonus points. So that creates a different image of the student in front of the teachers. Okay, this is one tip. Let me also give you another point which definitely can help you. Point number 2 is the confidence. Many time it happens you would have given the right answer, but if you are lacking into a confidence, so it doesn't get delivered to the examiner. So whatever you're speaking, speak with the confidence. So that is really important whenever it comes to the Viva examination. Okay, next is not directly related to your topic and the presentation, but yes, that really matters. Recently I had taken the Viva, and wherein when I had asked the student to turn on the camera, and I found that student is into sleeveless t-shirt, so it creates a bad image about you in front of the examiner. So I'll recommend everyone to have nice a uniform, or probably a blazer, or maybe smart casual can do. Okay, before I could end this video, let me also give you one tip. Whenever you think like now you have come to the end of the Viva, so before you could turn off your link, or before you could move out of the class, politely you can say thanks to the examiner. That really creates a good image of yours in front of the examiner. Yes, these are some of the tips which I thought of sharing with you. I'm sure this video will definitely help you to boost your confidence and score good marks in the examination. Yeah, also if you want me to make videos like this, you can definitely text that into a comment box. Thank you for watching this video, and yes, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe the channel. Thank you so much.